All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another week of Just a Fan Podcast. This time it is the Christmas Eve edition. We got some stuff to talk about with y'all tonight. We got some players who can't keep their hands off of fans. We got quarterbacks that people still want to hate on. We have a Pro Bowl problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Pro Bowl problem, and we are going to talk about that with y'all, okay? And we're going to mix in playoff picture with Pando's picks because, man, there's only 4 spots left open in the entire league, and it's coming down to the wire with these last 2 games.
If you haven't already, you need to be on the ball because time is getting short.
Time's getting short. All right.
Make sure you like and subscribe button, those watching at home. And if
please do that.
And if you are watching, make sure you tell a friend and get them to subscribe to. We're trying to get our numbers up.
Look, we have 379 subscribers, okay? Can we get 380, excuse me. Okay, we had 380 now.
New one, okay. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. So can we get y'all to get one person that y'all know that love football to subscribe to us, just one, and that would double our numbers.
And also, we have our first of all, we have what we call our regulars. Thank you. We love you guys because when we talking, if you watch the show, we always say, "Hey, what's up to such and such?" because we know these people all the time and they always come in. But yeah, we want more people to interact with us.
Especially if you're new or you just recently subscribed to us in the last couple of weeks, say something. Drop a comment. You can do that because we'll read your comment when we get a chance and we will respond to it, okay?
We'll tell you why you're right or why you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, you're wrong, but here's why.
And listen, we love a good, healthy debate, okay? We are fans just like you guys. That's why it's called Just a Fan Podcast. We are fans just like you guys are, okay? So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Y'all already know who I am, especially the ones who've been with us since day one or been with us for a long time. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, future Hall of Famer, all right? That direction. Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. 'Tis the season. Football season. Woo! And we got 3 games on tomorrow for football on Christmas Day. My goodness.
Hey, man.
Lord have mercy.
I will be real with you. Look at them games that's going to be on tomorrow. Go spend time with your family. We got to watch them games because we have to know what we're talking about when we come on the air. But
yeah, we do.
But really look at it.
And some of those teams have the 3rd string quarterback in there. Okay.
These teams that you either got 2 teams that are eliminated playing each other, or you have a team that's eliminated playing a team that's already clinched playing. It's like, hey man, like go spend time with your family. Go open some gifts, make some eggnog.
Drink some hot chocolate with marshmallows.
Yeah, it's unless you live in Texas because it's gonna be hot as hell. It's gonna be towards the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the air conditioning was running on high because we live in the South. But
man, shoot, eat some barbecue ribs or some salmon or some I don't know, fried chicken, fried fish, something, fried pork chop. Eat something, man.
We used to do gumbo all the time. So.
Oh, gumbo, that's fine too. You can do gumbo too, whatever. I don't care what y'all do, man. Just do it, man. Don't watch the games, man. Y'all chill out with your family, all right? Just chill out with your family.
Cause yeah, them games, hey man.
Yeah, man, it's not worth it, okay? But you know, yeah.
Let's get down to business.
All right, let's get down to business. All right, so first topic. Eric, we had a game between Pittsburgh and Detroit.
It was a good game.
Good game, yeah, very good game.
Good game.
Close game. That's what made it good. But a fan must have been drunk or whatever.
Or it could have just been a complete a-hole, but either way.
Yeah, decided to say, I am going to antagonize this one particular football player.
DeKalen Metcalf.
He gonna come after you now because he don't like being called by his first name.
I shoot people. I'm just telling you. I'm too old to be fighting. You're gonna get shot. I'm just saying. Yeah. You don't. Yeah, you ask anybody in my family. That's how we get on.
Anyway, DK Metcalf decided to go to that fan who was in distance once he got close to him and grabbed the fan. And I thought he was going to pull him onto the field, but he let him go. But because of that, he has now been suspended for 2 games. And he's losing a little more than $500,000 in game checks worth because of the suspension. He could lose the rest of his guaranteed money because now he's suspended. Now, from what I understand, it doesn't sound like Pittsburgh is going to go that direction. But that money is still not. Well, hold on, let me correct myself. The signing bonus is no longer guaranteed. They can cut him or just not flat out pay him that signing bonus because he's been suspended. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to go that direction from what I'm understanding right now. But that's always on the table now that, hey, we can cut this guy and not take a hit. Eric, what do you think of this whole situation on, what's his name, DeKaren?
DeKalen.
Whatever. I'm calling him DeKaren. You know, that's a good idea. I'm calling him DeKaren.
Well, if it was DeKaren, he would have asked to speak to the manager before he smacked the fan. So here's the thing, because Just Fan Podcast, we always go live on Wednesdays, and usually we're the last ones to get on to something in the news cycle having to do with football. So we have an opportunity to watch a lot of reactions from other, other content creators, other talking heads about the situation because it makes news. What irritates me personally is the fact that we live in a society where people have no concept of critical thinking or balance in things. It's got to be all one way or all another way. You have people who are defending DK Metcalf and are saying that he shouldn't have been suspended and the fan was this, that, and the third, and he had the right and da-da-da. No, you're wrong. He did not have the right. He didn't. On the flip side, you have people that's like, yeah, DK got what he deserved because that fan can do whatever he wants and blah, blah, blah. No, you're wrong as well. And I stand on that 10 toes down. 2 things can be true at the same time. You people that are defending DK Metcalf and some other content creators, there's a podcast, and I'm not going to say their name, but it rhymes with Sweet Teasy. There's somebody on there that was like, why are we, the NFL is the players. The NFL is the players. Why do we care about what a fan thinks? This, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Let's think realistically here. Okay. First of all, yes, the NFL has very talented players. Yes, they do. Okay. But let's be real. Your salaries wouldn't be what they are in the NFL if it were not for the fans. The salary cap keeps jumping up by the tens of millions every year because of shared revenue that comes from the fans, because they're buying NFL Sunday ticket, because they're buying tickets to these games, because these different media outlets that these fans are watching, that you're broadcasting games on. Hell, we got games on Netflix tomorrow. Prime example.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a fallacy. Number two is you are a professional athlete. Professional. Onus is on professional. Okay? You were in a game that was tightly contested. It wasn't like it was a blowout and you had taken your helmet off and your pants off and you just over there chilling or whatever like that. And even if it was that, you still don't have the right to walk from around the bench over to the railing and then put your hands on the fan. There's nothing that anybody's going to be able to tell me that's going to make me say, oh, yeah, okay, you're right. Nothing is going to justify that, because as an NFL player, you are to be held at a higher standard. How many times have we watched somebody, think about it, Brandy, somebody do something, just a regular Joe Blow do something that might be a misdemeanor or something like that, and they go about their business. But if an NFL player does the same thing, they're suspended, they're fined, so on and so forth. Why? Because you're being held to a higher standard. Now, we already know that DK Metcalf, and for those of y'all who don't know, has a history of blowing up. He's very thin-skinned, he's very immature, and he has no control. He has no impulse control. As a matter of fact, in some games, he's been completely shut down by lesser athletes simply because they get in his head. And then now he's no good the rest of the game because he's so mad at the defensive back that's in his head that he can't run the route right. Well, let's be honest, his route tree is not that diverse to begin with. But he can't run the route right. He's dropping passes. He's not focused. He's not concentrating. It's easy to get under his skin. Don't you think that fan knew that?
Yeah, they do it easily.
Exactly, because that fan probably knew that, because he's a thin skin. He is all of 6'3", 235 pounds, running the 4.3, but in his mind, he's a little boy. He is easy to trick, easy to taunt, and easy to make angry. Okay? And that fan knew that. And at the end of the day, he had no business going over to that fan and engaging with that fan, because here's the thing. If I'm an NFL player and there's a fan that's saying something to me, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you all over all this money I got. That would have been the end of it. Let's play big bank, take little bank. Hey, whoever got the smallest bank need to shut up. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. And that's the end of it. I'm in the NFL. I'm playing for a team that's playing for a playoff spot. I'm one of the highest paid wide receivers in the game. Why am I going back and forth with a nobody? Why do I allow a nobody to get me to the point where I need to walk from where I am to put hands on him? I don't care if people say, well, he didn't really punch him, he just mushed him in the face. Period. You ain't no business touching him. Period. At all. So, that being said, DK Metcalf deserves that 2-game suspension, and he's probably going to hurt his team. It's probably going to hurt the reputation of the organization, because regardless of their record over the past few years, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a class organization. They have been known for decades to be a class organization.
Yes.
And that right there is anti-Pittsburgh Steelers behavior. Period. And that's why I really feel like Mike Tomlin would have probably suspended him too had the league not jumped in. So, it's one of those things where, you got to hold yourself to a higher standard. Now, on the flip side, Because people are gonna be like, oh, he just bagging on DK and he's saying the fan was right. No, I'm not. Because the fan was being a jerk too. Anytime you got to get up out your seat and go over to the railing and scream out some stuff at a player, you're not right either. You can sit in your seat and scream all you want. I have been at football games and screamed out some stuff. Steve's not online with us tonight. He's not on the air with us tonight. But me and Steve went to Houston, Texas, San Francisco 49ers. And I said some things. Oh, boy. I yelled them out. But John Lynch couldn't hear me because he was on the sideline at the point I yelled. But he couldn't hear me. But I'm like, yeah, you're going to say some things as a fan, okay? But when you got to get up out your seat, and you go down to the railing to antagonize a player. No, you stepping over lines. Now, did he touch DK? No. That's what DK was wrong. Now, if he'd have went in there and jumped in over the railing and went into the playing field area, DK had the right to just do whatever he wanted to. He could have buried him in that turf.
Yes.
But he didn't do that. But at the same time, there is a code of conduct for fans at NFL games. He did not follow that code of conduct. So, and now he's got his 50 minutes of fame. I heard he had a press conference or something.
They're supposed to have a press conference on Friday.
Is it Friday? Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on Friday.
Conference and with his lawyers and talking about make sure you're looking at the screen with my air quotes, assault. Because DK didn't assault him, but DK did put his hands on the man. So, he did that. He baited him brilliantly and is probably going to get a nice little settlement for it. He probably will. But that doesn't make him right.
Exactly.
Because he's still a butthole. So at the same time, and I don't want to say butthole, I want to use more colorful language, but I won't. Because why? There's a certain level of restraint that we must have. So
he was a jerk.
So you got basically two jerks that are basically doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So at the end of the day, and please, if you think I'm wrong, please, I invite the debate because I'm going to eviscerate you. But if you think I'm wrong, you have the right to come on and comment in the comment box below and let us know. Well, it's not below, it's over here. And let us know, hey, DK should have been suspended because X, Y, Z. And I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. Or you're like, that fan has a right to do whatever he wants to do. I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. Because both of them are wrong. Two things can be true at the same time. Just because I think that suspension should be upheld does not mean I think that fan was right. Just because I say that fan is a jerk does not mean DK Metcalf was right. You have two wrongs in this particular situation. That's coming from someone who thinks critically and thinks level-headedly, which neither one of these people did. And I'm done. You muted yourself, Brandon.
Yeah, I did. My bad. You said that. You said it all, man. Both individuals are wrong. Your mind should be focused on the game. Who cares what the fans are always going to say something to you. Fans are always going to say something about you, even after you've retired. It is what it is. Don't put your hands on them during the game. Be focused. And you guys are not definitively in the playoffs. Now, your chances are strong.
Yes.
But you're still trying to make sure that you lock up a spot and then try to get as high as a seed as much as possible. So now you're missing 2 games. There ain't no other wide receiver on that team that has any kind of ability that you have. Because who's Aaron Rodgers going to rely on? I mean, he got a good tight end in Darnell Washington and Jonnu Smith, who he cussed out at one time.
That's a whole nother story, but yeah.
But what wide receiver? because I don't see him.
You are an important part of your team's success, and you have jeopardized your team's success because of how you acted behind ain't nobody.
Someone who would never make as much money as you.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm serious. I've been like, I can't hear you over all this money folding. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. That would have been my answer. It's like, bro, like that's how you answer a jerk with a jerk answer. So, like,
Exactly.
And then you go about your business,
Yep.
and focus so you can get in on the next series and try to win the game. Because that game went down to pretty much the last play. So there was no reason for his mind to be anywhere else but what was going on between them white lines.
There you go.
So DK Metcalf, this is not, but let's be honest, this is not the first time we've seen DK Metcalf crash out and do something stupid.
Because he was doing that a lot in Seattle.
Yeah, and that's par for the course for him. So that's one of the reasons why we can leave this topic alone when I finish this, but that's one of the reasons why I'm like that suspension is justified. It's justified because this is par for the course for him. He don't know how to just chill, focus on what's more important. So yeah.
So now Aaron Rodgers has no wide receivers to throw the football to. But I tell you what, there's another quarterback who really haven't had too much of a wide receiver to throw the football to.
Hmm.
And he's in a different conference on the West Coast. One of his receivers was traded to Washington in the offseason. One of his other receivers,
he was traded. You're right. I'm sorry.
Another receiver has not played all season. Matter of fact, he's too busy driving 90 miles per hour past the stadium. Okay. Another receiver has been injured off and on this entire year.
Got shot last year.
Okay. So all this talk about, and I'm gonna take his first name and make it a nickname. B. Rock Purdy.
Well, you call him Glock Purdy.
Okay. Hey,
So
look, hold on. Look, we got family on here, okay? So, and I call him this because he is just that good of a quarterback, okay? And he helps keep that offense stabilized because they have not had much consistency really over the last few years, but this year especially. Christian McCaffrey is slowly declining at running back. I think George Kittle missed some games early this year. Of course, he's back. Okay, missed 5 games. And then that leaves you with basically Juwan Jennings, and I'm sure Juwan Jennings. I think didn't he miss some games this year too?
He missed a couple crack ribs, yeah.
So outside of Kyle Juszczyk, who probably played the entire season, and Trent Williams, Brock Purdy ain't got much to really work with. I mean, it's good,
and still
Kyle Shanahan's a great coach.
And still went out there and threw for 5 touchdowns. 6 one they got called back.
But B-Rock is out here dealing, okay? He's out here, and I like B-Rock because I got him as my starter quarterback in fantasy football over a certain other quarterback who's not a quarterback, a quarterback over a running back. But everybody want to call him a quarterback. That's a whole different topic. But B-Rock, yeah, he's giving me fantasy football numbers. If you got him as your quarterback, you need to be starting him. Anyway, Pando, talk to me about B-Rock Purdy, man.
Well, okay, so everybody watched Monday Night Football, I'm pretty sure. Brock Purdy went out and was pretty much masterful. He had a passer rating of 120. I think his QBR was like 96, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
5 touchdowns. Almost 300 yards, 1 interception, but it was pretty much late in the game. It was close to garbage time. the drives me nuts is about the talking heads that constantly move the goalposts. They should have the strongest backs in the world for moving the goalposts with Brock Purdy. It's irritating. You still got people calling him a third-tier quarterback. You still got people calling him a system quarterback. Newsflash, what quarterback isn't a system quarterback? Because, honestly, the quarterbacks that are thriving, they're thriving because of the system that they're in. And then there's the other excuse. Oh, well, in 2023 when he was an MVP candidate, oh, well, he's got the Avengers. You're talking about all the players around him. Well, most of those – what's going on, Kevin? Most of these players are no longer with him. No Brandon Ayuk, no Deebo Samuel, declining Christian McCaffrey, even though he's close, he's on pace to get 1,000 yards for receiving and running. He's already over 1,000 yards running. George Kittle, who missed 5 games. He went out there. No Ricky Pearsall, who was the number 1 draft pick, by the way.
Yep.
But he goes out and he still makes plays. Has quietly the highest efficiency rating of any quarterback since he's returned from his injury, his turf toe injury. And it's irritating when people just constantly move. Every single time he has a great game, they will not give him credit. Oh, it's Shanahan's scheme. That's why he's doing so well. Every quarterback does well in Shanahan's scheme. Well, newsflash: Nick Mullins, C.J. Beathard, Trey Lance. Those are 3 guys that did not do well in Kyle Shanahan's scheme. Riddle me that, Batman. I'm just saying. So you can't say it's the scheme, okay? Also, if you say that it's just the scheme, then you actually aren't watching the games because he makes more off-schedule plays than most quarterbacks in the league do. The only other quarterback that makes plays off-schedule as well as Brock Purdy is Josh Allen, and everybody considers him a top-tier quarterback. So what are we talking about?
Exactly.
What are we talking about? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, efficiency rating. People are like, well, he's got a high efficiency rating, a high completion percentage because all he does is just dink and dunk. You don't watch football. One, you don't know football, and 2, you're not watching the games if you're saying that. Because he is chunking the ball downfield. He led the league the last couple of years in air yards per completion.
Mm-hmm.
That means he's putting the ball downfield. So what are we talking about here? Like, the hate for Brock Purdy needs to stop. I don't know what he's done for people to just hate this man so much. Because it's the next thing. I can understand if he was a complete jerk. Like, if he was just arrogant and boastful and this, that, and the third, and just, I'm this, and we gonna do this to everybody, and what we about to do is that, I can understand why people would hate him for that. But guess what? He doesn't do that. Hey, I'm really thankful to play for this organization. I'm really thankful that the guys that's got my back in the locker room. Thankful for a great coach, and we're just, trying to take it one game at a time. We'll try to do the best we can. Yes, I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds, almost manufactured, but he doesn't do anything or say anything to warrant this much hate. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's a 7th-round draft pick and he's turned the scouting, the whole NFL scouting system on his head. Maybe that's what it is, because nobody thought he would be anything, and now he's a $50 million quarterback, which brings me to the next thing. Tua Tagovailoa, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence. When these guys got their $50 million plus contracts, nobody said a word. None of these guys have won playoff games. Not one.
And guess what? 2 of those teams are having buyer's remorse.
They about to dump him. Tua Tagovailoa is on the bench. Kyler Murray got put on an IR, which is long-term bench, because they know they're ready to move on for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence is finally having a good year. That's with a new coach, and that's with what is this? His third coach?
Third coach, yep.
Yeah, third or fourth.
Third head coach.
And actually has a decent defense to help him out. You know, nobody said anything. Hey, they don't deserve that money. Nobody said that about them. Let Brock Purdy get $53 million, which honestly he deserves more than that. But he cut a deal with the team because he wants to stay there. He likes it there. Oh, he don't deserve that money. How? Who's better? Who you gonna go out and get that's better and keep the same consistency that you've had? Who? Okay, you hush mouth. Right, because there is nobody that you can realistically go get. Then enter Mac Jones this season. Brock Purdy goes down with an injury. Mac Jones come in and plays like an admirable backup. But again, if you can sit up and watch these games and say Mac Jones would have been able to do the same thing that Brock Purdy is able to do, you don't know football. Mac Jones is a statue in the pocket. I can go to one touchdown that Brock Purdy threw Monday night, where he evaded two pass rushes, spun out of those, rolled to his right, and delivered a dot between two more defenders to George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Mac Jones is not doing that. Mac Jones is on his back in that same scenario, looking at the roof of Lucas Oil. So spare me. You're not looking at the all-22. You're not looking at film. You're looking at this. Your heart. You're looking at your feelings. And we facts over feelings on this show.
Definitely.
People have got to go ahead and what I want to be clear here, because a lot of times people don't listen. I want to be very clear here. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is better than a Josh Allen. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is better than Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is better than even a Joe Burrow, even though I think they on par with each other. I think they what for what. But if you don't think that Brock Purdy is at least a top 10 quarterback in this league, that's the most boastful thing he said this all season. He said, I think I'm a top 10 quarterback. I didn't say not the best, but somewhere in the top 10. That's what they said. That's what he said. If you don't think he's a top 10 quarterback after what he's done, the resume that he's put out, the bottom line, you either don't know football, you a hater, or both. That's all I got to do.
Hey, listen, man. Last time we had a discussion about this, I brought up advanced statistics on Brock Purdy. And honestly, a lot has not changed about him as a quarterback in this league.
When he's healthy, he plays well.
He is a quarter, and I told you this in the green room. If I'm starting a team from scratch and I need a quarterback, Brock Purdy is on my short list. Okay? I probably have about 6 to 8 quarterbacks on that short list. And 8 is probably a stretch. But Brock Purdy is one of those names because I know that for the offense that I would want to run and the way I would want to run, I know he'll get the job done.
Yeah.
He will get the job done. So I'll take Brock Purdy over a lot of quarterbacks in this league.
And then the last thing I want to say is, like, every time he has a good game, people come up with every type of excuse other than him just playing on an elite level. Every time the team loses a game, even though it may not be his fault, like the defense is complete trash, which I'm going to get to in a minute. And that's not Robert Saleh's fault either. He just ain't got that much to work with. But if the defense gives a game away, like I think they will this Sunday, spoiler alert, if the defense gives a game away, it's still somehow Brock Purdy's fault. People are still blaming the Super Bowl loss on Brock Purdy when the defense laid down in the second half. Not to mention they lost Dre Greenlaw right before the second half. But, yeah, it's Brock Purdy's fault they lost. How? When the defense did what they did. Brock Purdy don't go out there and tackle people. So it's irritating. When they lose, it's always Brock Purdy's fault, no matter what the circumstances are. When they win, he plays a great game. Oh, well, it's because of the players around him. Oh, it's because Kyle Shanahan's scheme. Like, man, no, you still got to make those throws. And he's not dinking and dunking. Not every play. So, yeah, it's irritating. And people just need to stop it. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Niners fan I'm saying that because I'm an objective football analyst. I can look at you can't look at what this man is doing and say he's just a product of the system.
He's not at all.
Stop it. You don't know football. If anything, he elevates the system.
All right. Now, here's another thing I think about Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is a Pro Bowl quarterback. Now, he won't make it this year because he's probably missed too many games.
Right. He was an alternate last year, a year before last. He was a Pro Bowl alternate one year.
He was Pro Bowl alternate. Okay. Well, I think he's a Pro Bowl caliber player, and we had announcements of guys who did make the Pro Bowl this year. The list was released yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. As always, every year we have guys who have been snubbed, who are snubs, who should have made it but didn't make it, and it's because you have too many fans who out here blindfolded throwing darts at the dartboard.
I like to refer to them as casuals.
Yeah, well, you're right. They are casuals.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because they don't really pay attention too much and they just doing popular players, those are the guys who are always going to get in because
popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest. That's what it is.
And it's not rooted. I'm not going to say it's not rooted in anything substantial because people do look at stats, but they don't look really hard at things. And there's several players every year that make it that shouldn't, and then there are players that get left out that should be in. And the weight, and I'm sorry, Brandon, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
But the weight of the Pro Bowl, of being a Pro Bowler, is not as heavy as it was, say, maybe in the 90s or the 80s.
Yeah.
Not the same. It's like you make the Pro Bowl now, it's like, okay. Now, incentive-wise, there are a lot of players who basically get more money for making the Pro Bowl. But, again, there are guys that miss out on money just because, hey, I'm just not as popular as player X over here. And it's a shame. And the Pro Bowl has been cheapened by the way the selection process goes. I'm sorry, Brandon, go ahead.
So let's go ahead and go over some guys who we think have been snubbed or been snubbed out because, yeah, it's cool seeing some of these guys make it, but there's some other guys that should have gotten in. Who is somebody you think is a snub?
I definitely think that the rookie Tyler Warren for the Indianapolis Colts should have made it over Travis Kelce.
Oh, God.
I think Travis Kelce got in because of his name.
Yes, definitely.
I think he might have maybe 80 more yards receiving than Tyler Warren. But Tyler Warren's been more had more impact on the success of the Colts than Travis Kelce has had success has been instrumental in the success for the Chiefs this year. And see, that's the thing. People always going off and well, he did this back this. Okay, that's fine. He can make those Pro Bowls are founded back then. But you put him in the Pro Bowl this year just because of his name. And that's BS.
No, you're right. Travis Kelce. Listen, I know he's going to retire, and honestly, he should have retired last year. Okay, but he wanted to come back and waste people's time when a younger tight end could have been getting some work and getting better in the league.
Who you got?
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who shouldn't be in right now as I'm looking at these rosters.
I got one more.
Who you got? Who else you got?
Kobe Turner. And now you know this is hard for me because I don't like the Rams worth a damn.
Yeah, you don't like the Rams.
tell it like it is. I'm gonna keep it real. Kobe Turner, LA Rams defensive tackle, should have gotten in over Jalen Carter for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, you told me that Jack Carter only had 2 sacks.
Jalen Carter had 2 sacks. Kobe Turner had 7 from the defensive tackle position. And for those of y'all, for the casuals who don't understand, defensive tackles don't normally get sacked, that many sacks. If you get 7 sacks from the defensive tackle position, that's the equivalent of getting 15, 16, 17 sacks as a defensive end. And I'm like, he has a higher run stuff rate than Jalen Carter as well. But Jalen Carter got in because Jalen Carter's on the Eagles defense. And it's like, and again, I want to be clear, Jalen Carter's a great player. But he should not have been in the Pro Bowl this year.
And actually, I'm looking at it now, Carter has definitely had a terrible season this year. Kobe Turner is 3rd in pass rush wins behind Chris Jones and Jeffrey Simmons, who I believe are in this year. So if you're in 3rd in the league, but you're 1st in the conference because Jones is in the AFC and so is Simmons, then you should be a Pro Bowler along with those 7 sacks. Because Kobe, and when they talk about the Rams defense, he's one of the 4 or 5 football players they talk about a lot. They're going to talk about Kobe Turner because he is a difference maker. Him, Fisk, Young, Turner, Fisk, Young.
Jared Verse.
Inverse. Okay. So, yeah, those 4 guys make that Rams defense go for the most part. A snub. Let's look at Lane. Nah. I'm looking at a list. They saying Lane Johnson over Trent Williams. No, I don't know why they said that.
Are you looking at that article? No, hell no. We just got to talk about Trent Williams.
Yeah, but no, I'm not putting Lane Johnson over Trent Williams. Sorry.
Talk that off the air. Like, no, there's
no.
No.
No, sir. I'm not putting Lane Johnson over Trent Williams. Lane Johnson's a good player, but no.
Yeah, I mean, you check his PFF scores and no. When Trent Williams, we just got to talk about that. Trent Williams gets to the 2nd level. You just need to just go ahead and curl up into a ball if you're a defensive player because he's going to block you into the next time zone.
Yes, he will.
It's like, I don't know, Grandma. I was coming down on a run play. I saw a 71, and now I'm over here on the East Coast. I don't know what happened. This is where I'm at. So, yeah. But, yeah, I just, it's the Pro Bowl. First of all, let's talk about how the selection.
Oh, I got one. Okay, go ahead.
So you got fan voting, player voting, and coach voting. And it's consensus for those 3. Now, what I have a problem with, and I'm going to be real, and I know they try to get the fans involved because I just got through talking about it earlier about how the fans are a major part of the success of the NFL. And that's true. But you got to understand the fans that are voting on this is usually your Uncle Elroy that, like, he's a huge Raiders fan and he don't know much about anything else. He don't really know football well. He just follow the Raiders. First of all, if you're a Raiders fan, you don't know much about football anyway, and I'm gonna just stand on that. You're just angry. And you have a right to be angry because your team has sucked for so long. But that's neither here nor there. But you got your angry Uncle Elroy, who's a casual. We call it casual fan, someone who doesn't look in depth at players. He's going to vote for everybody on his team, and if there's any positions left, he's going to vote for the popular names that he knows that are on the list from the other teams. And that's how people get in the Pro Bowl that should not be. Now, here's my solution, because, people are like, oh, well, you got problems. Well, why don't you come up with a solution? First of all, make fan voting less of a percentage of count as less of a percentage of who gets in. That's the first thing. Second thing, the player voting and the coaches voting. Watch this, Brandon. You're gonna love this because I didn't even talk about this in pre-production. The player voting and the fan and the coach voting, you're only allowed to vote for players that you played this year.
Go
for them this year.
Let me ask you a question.
Because you played against them.
Now let me ask you a question.
Play in person.
Should players be allowed to vote for their teammates, and should coaches be allowed to vote for the players they coach?
I don't have a problem with that. That's cool.
Okay. All right.
Because you know what? You coaching this guy. You know what? You in the trenches next to this guy. You watching this guy work.
That's true.
You watching this guy make this play. You didn't make this block and watch him come off your right side and run 50 yards for a touchdown.
And to be fair, yeah, you did help develop him.
Yeah. So, you know, or you throwing him the ball, or you catching the ball from this guy, or so on and so forth.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You practicing against this guy every day. You know, so I don't have a problem with teammates voting for teammates. I don't have a problem with that. But to fix this, you make the fan voting less of a percent. I'm talking about like 5% of the vote.
Thank you.
Get away from them, because my God, you got too many casuals that think they know that's voting, and it's like, how did I swear to God, so many times Jalen Ramsey has been in the Pro Bowl the last few years, and I'm like, come on, bro, stop it. You know, good is not great, but what you do is the players and the coaches can only vote for players that they played this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you played against these guys, you watched them in action. You can go head to head with these guys, and you watching these guys, and gave you a couple of bumps and bruises, or dang man, that dude beat me on that doggone crosser. Dang man, every time, man, that dude called. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna vote for him because he gave me hell in week five or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or damn, I just can't block this dude, man. Like, I don't care what. If he takes an inside release, he bull rushes me, then he comes on the outside, then he does his rip move. God, dog, yeah, man, I gotta vote for him for that type of stuff. Because they do it for the 100 players, top 100 players.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
And here's another thing, and this is kind of off topic, but for the top 100 players, watch this. Let's fix that while we at it. I'm gonna say it real quick. We'll get to it when it gets close to it. If a player has only played has played less than 50% of his games that year, he is not allowed to be on the top 100. Don't go about what we think. When he gonna bounce back, he gonna do this. No. I don't care if he was number 2 or number 3 or number 1 on the 100 last year. If he's out for more than half the season this past season, he can't go on there. Let's get some fresh blood in there. Guys that didn't play 50% of their games or more.
I got a name for you for a Pro Bowl snub.
Okay.
He's a former Cowboy cornerback.
Okay.
Plays for the Chicago Bears.
Nahshon Wright.
Nahshon Wright.
Now, I'm going to know his name because I think we cousins. But, yeah. I still look it up because we got a big family, and I got a family I don't even know. But, yes, Nahshon Wright.
Nahshon Wright.
He up at night because we got to deal with him next week. My team got to play him next week.
Listen, this man.
Hey, man, he tough.
And he wasn't even a starting corner.
Yeah.
Entering the season.
That man is tough.
And he came into the game, took over the rest of the season, and he has 5 interceptions with 11 PBUs.
Yeah.
He won NFC Defensive Player of the Month in November. He can take any of these other cornerback spots. But Nahshon Wright, as 6'4" corner,
yes, sir,
is legit. He is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got one more name, and then we're gonna go over to your picks.
Okay.
And he's balling out probably because he's looking for a contract extension. Okay. And I'm talking about Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts.
He's finally got it.
Kyle Pitts is finally playing legitimate NFL football.
It took him
a minute. Because when he came out of college, Man, people were top 5, top 7. Them haven't played like it all the way up to this point. Now he's balling out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. Now it's gonna be interesting to see how that affects his contract extension. I mean, his contract talks in the offseason. That's a whole different topic, but he's balling this year. He is balling this year, and he should be in a Pro Bowl.
One more, and we'll go to my picks. T. Higgins has 10 touchdowns this season. I don't care about the yards. The man got 10 touchdowns. 10.
T touchdown Higgins.
T. Higgins has 10 touchdowns. And his teammate like acted a fool about it. Jamar Chase was like, how is he not in? And I looked at his stats. I'm like, this man got 10 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, listen to me now. Back in the day when there was Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Andre Rison, those guys, Sterling Sharp,
Herman Moore,
13, 14 touchdowns a season. That was a normal thing because they were throwing the ball to one receiver more than the other.
Yep.
In this day and age where they spread the ball around like they doing, for you to get double-digit touchdowns as a receiver is a feat.
It says a lot.
Especially when the ball is spread around.
Yes.
So it's like, what are we talking about here? But again, share your thoughts with us in the comment box. Let us know what you think about these Pro Bowl selections or non-selections. Because yeah, man, it's messed up. I think the voting is messed up. I think guys getting left out every year is messed up. I can't wait till the All Pro list come out because that's the one that really means
weight.
Yeah, it holds way more weight than the Pro Bowl. Even though Pro Bowl selections have monetary implications on some guys' contracts, it's kind of not fair because you guy can play his tail off and still not make the Pro Bowl and not get his extra money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what it is. Let's go to the picks.
Let's get it.
All right, so we are paying those picks. This is week 17. We are in the last 2 weeks of the season. Last week I had wait a minute. That was the page. No, I didn't. Last week I went 10-6. It was a good week. It was a good week. There was a couple of games that was like, really? Like I just knew the Lions were gonna beat the Steelers. And I think had it been not for that OPI, the Lions would have won that game. The Chiefs have sunk so far down, it's not even funny. I had the Chiefs over the Titans last week, and the Titans pulled that off. Those are the surprise ones. And the Cowboys let me down against the Chargers because I feel like they just mailing it in right now. But that's three of my ones I picks that I missed that I was like.
Oh, by the way, when you go over that game, I got something to say. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, well, the first game on the slate is the Cowboys versus the Commanders. This is one of these games tomorrow that you need to just spend time with your family. Just unless you're a Commanders fan or a Cowboys fan, there's no real reason to watch this game. Both these teams are eliminated, and it's.
Let me say something right now. That third string quarterback that's playing tomorrow, if he puts up
Josh Johnson,
puts up Hall of Fame numbers, Matt Eberflus need to stay in Washington, D.C., listen to some go-go, and eat some wings, fries, and mumble sauce. Okay? That's what he needs to do. Don't even go back to Dallas.
Sardines
and pork and beans.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna tell you who Chuck Brown is. Okay,
you're not wrong.
I'm gonna teach you who the backyard band is. BYB. Okay?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, because like Josh Johnson, I don't know. I've lost count how many teams he's been on. It's been nuts. But yeah, he's like 384 years old or something like that. I don't know. But he's 39. Let me be fair. He's 39.
Is he really 39?
He's 39.
You serious?
He's 39.
What?
He's been all over the league. My Lord, he's been all over the league.
I know he's been all over the league. Did he play for y'all one time?
Yeah, he was the last quarterback to go in that NFC Championship game against the Eagles.
Yeah, he was a full-string quarterback.
And then fool around got a concussion in that game. Yeah. He's the less talented cousin of Marshawn Lynch, by the way. That's a fun fact. He's Marshawn Lynch's cousin.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but
well, at least he made it to the NFL. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, people keep keeping him around. I mean, he's been on 10 different teams, I think, or more, 10 more. So it's like, yeah, man, it's like, hey, but Josh Johnson is a starter. Listen to me, Dallas fans. If y'all don't win this game,
hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. If we don't win this game, I don't care.
I know you don't care, Brandon, because you stopped caring long ago when you realized how bad the defense was. But
listen, man. I'm trying to get that draft pick, baby.
Right. The best thing honestly, this should be a tankathon game. Like, you should not be trying to win this game, and neither should Dallas. Get your draft position in is more important than bragging rights over your rival, your division rival. But I have the Cowboys winning this game. Washington's defense is probably now statistically Dallas's defense is worse than Washington's, but Washington's defense is pretty bad too.
Yeah.
So, but I got the Cowboys winning this game, and like, oh my God. Dallas, if y'all lose this game, Terrence Hayden, if you listening right now, just go ahead and get ready for it. Because I've been letting you have it for about the last. I told him I was gonna let him have it. I'm gonna send him a text every day making fun of the Cowboys not making the playoffs until the end of the regular season. I told him I was gonna do it. I was gonna his phone was gonna beep at 6 a.m. with a meme every day because he said that I need to get my tickets ready because the Cowboys are going to be playing in Santa Clara in February. That's what he said. Then he backed off of this. We are going to make the playoffs. We're going to win the division. No, he went from Super Bowl to win the division. Then he went to we're going to make the playoffs. And I said, you're wrong on all three of those. Watch, it's going to happen. You're wrong on all three of those. They're not going to. You need to watch the podcast. You need to watch. Why I need to watch the podcast? Because there are two Cowboy fans who host the show with me, and they are sensible Cowboy fans, and they will tell you the exact same thing that I am telling you to prove that I am not a hater, but telling you facts. But no, he kept poking the bear. And so now he's paying the ultimate price because I am relentless. When I am proven right and you are adamantly disagreeing with me and I'm telling you what's going to happen and you disagreeing, and I'm telling you, you need to stop. And then once I have been proven right, that's when all hell breaks loose. He is probably ready to fight me right now because I won't let up. And I told him I'm not letting up till the regular season's over. Every day you're going to get a different meme from me. Anyway, moving on. Terrence Hayden, that was for you. Moving on. Cowboys over Commanders. So next, the Lions are playing against the Vikings. The Lions are playing for their collective playoff lives at this point. And it's not looking good. They way on the outside looking in. They are about in the spot that Dallas was in about 2 weeks ago. They got like a 6% chance to make the playoffs. And even if they win this game, they only still have about an 8% chance.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's not looking good. So, because they would have to win out and get a ton of help from other teams.
Yes.
But that being said, the Vikings are not playing Jordan Mason or TJ Hockenson, even though they don't throw him the ball.
Or JJ McCarthy.
Or JJ, well, that actually might be addition by subtraction. But
it's a third-string quarterback. I don't know who the heck it is.
Yeah, but so this is another Christmas game that you might not want to watch. But the Lions, they got something to play for. The Vikings have nothing to play for, and they have players who are out. I like the Lions probably winning this by 2 or 3 scores and still not making the playoffs. The next game, the Broncos are playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs are without Patrick Mahomes. They have shut down Rashee Rice for the year. Who
They
else?
also on the third string quarterback.
They're also on their third string quarterback. The Broncos suffered an uncharacteristic loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars
Yes, they did.
this week. The defense, which I have bragged about constantly, made me look bad. But they, you know what? I think they realize they look bad and they have enough pride to say, you know what? We can't never let this happen again. We're better than this. So I'm looking for the Broncos to rip their heads off the Chiefs. I think it's going to get really ugly. I think it's going to be a lot of turnovers. I think it's going to be a lot of really good hits going on. The Broncos have to reestablish themselves. Now, this could actually be fortuitous for them at this point in the year to have such a collapse. It's better to have it while you already had a 1 seed. Okay. You already had a 1 seed, and then you had this collapse. It's better to have it now than to have it in the playoffs.
Yep. Definitely.
So this actually helps, I think, in my opinion, helps the Broncos defense galvanize and really go into the playoffs, really tearing people up. So yeah, the Broncos and the Chiefs, it was damn near stone cold lock, but I got a better one.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. The Texans are playing the Chargers. This is a pick'em game.
Yes.
The Chargers are looking good. The Texans did not look great last week. I'm a Texas fan. Y'all know I'm telling the truth because I talked to a lot of y'all while we was watching the game, and there was a lot of cussing going on, and rightfully so because there's no way that game should have been that close against the Raiders. Like it almost feels like a loss. Some Texas fans are saying because they did not. They were at home and did not crush the Raiders. They beat them, sure. They got the W, but they should have crushed the Raiders and didn't. They struggled to beat the Raiders. And I think it's going to be another galvanizing type game where it's like, hey, we're going to get it together. It's good it happened now, and we still got the win, but we finna really turn it up now. So I think I got the Texans over the Chargers.
I do too.
On the road against the Chargers, even though the Chargers defense is going to give C.J. Stroud and them some hell.
Yeah, but you got backup offensive tackles going up against
Will Anderson and
Danielle Hunter and
Will Anderson.
What?
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, yeah, thank you. I want to call him something different, but I knew it wasn't what it was, what I was trying to say.
So
that's a struggle.
I don't think they're going to be able to block those guys all game.
No.
And if Houston's offense can get, let's say, a 2-score lead, that's when those defensive ends can pin their ears back and just go after Justin Herbert.
Yep.
But I like the Texans over the Chargers. But it is a pick'em game.
Yes.
The next game, this is the Ravens at the Packers. The Packers are at home. They're still trying to get in, to my knowledge. Yes, they're still trying to get in.
Both teams trying to get in.
Yeah. The Ravens they're more desperate.
Yes, they are.
They still have less than a 50% chance of getting in, even if they win. The Packers are locked in. They're not locked in the 7th seed, but they are the 7th seed currently.
Right. Yes, they are.
And I just feel like the Packers got it more together. They're going to be at home. Something's just not right with Lamar Jackson. Something's wrong in Baltimore. Now, Baltimore fans, you don't have anything to fret about. I feel like y'all can right the ship next year. The main thing is you need to bring back Isaiah Likely. Lamar Jackson needs to heal up because I don't think he's even playing in this game. I know you're still playing for your playoff lives, but it's not looking good. I would just go ahead and hold him out and get ready for next year. I'll work on that defense some more. Yeah, man, it's just something's off. But let's calm down with the trade Lamar talk and the fire John
Harbaugh. Yeah, definitely.
Calm down with all that. Whoever's saying that, the man won your Super Bowl. And this day and age is so hard. I know it was 10 plus years ago, but it's still very hard to find a Super Bowl winning coach. It's very hard to find a coach who can get you there, let alone win one. So let's calm down. There are teams that would love to have John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh would have a job the next day. If
Yes.
the next,
Raiders.
Yeah. No, let's calm down, Ravens. I know y'all not having the year y'all want to have, but you still got a lot in the stable. You just need to fix a couple of things. I got the Packers over the Ravens. The next game. I need my glasses. Hold on. The next games, I have the Buccaneers playing the Miami Dolphins. The Buccaneers, again, is another desperate team. They're extremely desperate.
Yes, they are.
They have got to win. They pretty much got to win out. They got to keep. Excuse me. They have to keep pace with the Carolina Panthers, who is a very schizophrenic team. We don't know who they are. Baker Mayfield's at the bottom of that Baker Mayfield cycle, like I predicted it would happen at the beginning of the year. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I said what I said. I like the Buccaneers to win this. Miami doesn't have anything to really play for, and the Buccaneers are desperate. And cornered animals are desperate. They scratch and they claw a whole lot more when they're in the corner. So I like the Buccaneers over the Fins. My next one here is the Stone Cold Lock of the Week. Okay, so for my lock of the week, I have the Patriots beating the Jets. I think the Patriots are really starting to ramp up things and really getting after it. They're already locked in pretty much to the 2 seed. But I think they still have, if I'm not mistaken, I think they still have a shot at the 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. So they got something to play for. They're not just out there. And the Jets are, let's be honest, they're an easy mark. Drake May is going to fix some things. I think that defense is going to be too much for whomever is at quarterback for the Jets. And I think the Pats are going to walk away with that one. The next game, Steelers at Broncos. Steelers at Browns. I'm sorry, Steelers at Browns. I have the Steelers winning this one, but because of the whole situation with DeKalen, I'm going to go pick them. I think the Steelers have enough to still win that game. But who knows? Shador might have one of them, FU games.
And somebody need to wake up Cleveland's defense, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wake up Cleveland defense. I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't know, because they had one of the best defenses in the league earlier this year, and they're really falling off. It's really weird. But Shador can have one of them games. Just because he's had a couple of bad games, he might turn the switch on. I doubt it against that Steelers defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game without DeKalen playing. But I think the Steelers beat the Browns. I got the Steelers over the Browns. Next one, Jags at the Colts. As much as it pains me to say this, the Jags are rolling. I think they're going to encounter some problems when they start. If they happen to come across Denver again, I think it's going to be a different outcome.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think if they see New England, it's going to be a different outcome. But you cannot sit up and say that they're not a better team than what they were. Liam Cohen deserves to be considered for Coach of the Year. I didn't say win it, but considered.
No, yeah, definitely.
The Colts are still dealing without Sauce Gardner. Shavarius Ward has had 3 concussions this season, which means he probably won't play and probably might consider retirement.
He should retire. He really should.
With that many concussions in 1 year. So I think Trevor Lawrence is going to carve up that secondary the same way Brock Purdy did. But if he doesn't throw 5 touchdowns, y'all going to stop saying Trevor Lawrence is better than Brock Purdy. Okay, because Trevor Lawrence is going out there with a better defense. So if the Jags don't put up at least 40 on the Colts, and Trevor Lawrence don't throw at least 5 touchdowns on the Colts, then y'all gonna stop that. I'm serious. The next game is a pick'em game. This is two eliminated teams, Saints and Titans. It's hard to pick, man, because the Titans are starting to pick it up at the last minute of the season, which is not good because you want that pick. And the Saints are doing the same thing. It's like, no,
yeah,
man.
Both teams are, yeah.
You want the pick, man. This should be a tankathon. But the Saints, I think they got enough to beat the Titans, even though Titans are at home. But this is a pick'em game. Cam Ward is starting around in the form. And this could go either way, really.
Yes.
I'm with the Saints, but this could go either way. This next game, Seahawks at the Panthers. Again, the Panthers, I think, have only lost one game at home this year, if I'm not mistaken. They've only lost one game at home this year. They pulled some upsets on some big teams. This is the same team that beat a Rams team that everybody's claiming is the best team in the league, and I call BS on. They beat them. The Titans can beat the Seattle Seahawks. They can. Okay? 2 what?
2 home losses.
2 home losses. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they've only lost two games at home. They're stronger at home than they are on the road.
Yep.
They're a stronger team at home. That being said, the Seahawks are trying to run away from the 49ers who are creeping up behind them. So they need to create as much space as possible. So I think they're going to get pretty desperate and get out there and take care of the Panthers. I personally, taking off my analyst hat and putting on my fan hat, personally, I would love to see Carolina beat Seattle because that would be awesome for my Niners. But I think Seahawks win that game. Cardinals at Bengals. Again, this should be another telephone game. It should be another one. But the Bengals don't have the good sense to just chill. No, we're going to win games. It don't matter no more. Yeah, but we're going to win games. It don't matter no more. Well, yeah, we're going to try to win this game. Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter anymore. You want an offensive line, don't you, Joe Burrow? You tired of being hurt, ain't you? You want a defense that can get you the ball back, right? You got to draft those guys and draft them high. So, yeah, but the Bengals are going to beat the Cardinals. And it'll be a close one. This next game is I mean this from the heart to depths of my soul, the Who Gives a Damn Bowl.
Here we go. Come on, give it to me.
This is the epitome, because there are a lot of Who Gives a Damn games.
But this one tops it.
Not tomorrow. But this one here, this one just encapsulates the Who Gives a Damnism about this week. The Giants playing the Raiders.
Hey, and this is the reason why, because both teams are what?
Trash, 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 trash. I am trash.
Yes. I originally picked the Raiders to win this game because they were at home. But I changed my pick before we went on the air because I realized that Brock Bowers will not be playing and Jeremy Chin will not be playing.
Now, the Giants also sat down a couple of offensive linemen, especially their best one, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah, I like the Giants on this one because Geno Smith will still be starting at quarterback.
Is he starting? Oh, God. It don't matter.
It really doesn't matter, but if he starts, it's,
Yeah.
Because I said what I said when Geno Smith was coming out of West Virginia and somebody literally wanted to get into fisticuffs with me behind it. And I said, listen, we can fight, but at the end of the day, I might win the fight, you might win the fight. But regardless of who wins this fight, Geno Smith is still going to be trash. But nobody, they didn't want to listen to me. I'm right. Several years later, I've been proven right.
What'd you say Geno Smith was?
Trash, 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 trash. I am trash.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty trash. And here's the thing. His attitude, that's a quarterback you should hate. Like, I don't know why people hate Brock Purdy but love Geno Smith. It's like Geno Smith has the most arrogant attitude. Like, he's like a 5-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, MVP, Player of the Year. He has that attitude. And it's like, dude, you suck. You absolutely suck. The Raiders is the right place for him. They continue that legacy of sucking. But, I like the Giants over the Raiders. This is still a pick'em game because this is literally who's going to suck the least. Who's going to win this game? Who sucks the least? Yeah. So moving on. Now we finally got a pretty decent game. The Eagles and the Bills. This is a good game.
Yes, it is.
I don't trust the Bills defense. That's the only problem. I trust Josh Allen to do what he needs to do. I do. Those tight ends, Dawson Knox, Kincaid, those guys they're fantastic. They did bring in Brandon Cooks. He might help a little bit. Shakir, that slot receiver, he's probably the best receiver on their team. And he's a slot guy.
Yeah, Kenyon Coleman, man. That man.
Yeah.
It's bad for him.
So I don't trust the Bills defense though. I just don't.
Well, this is what the Bills need to do. The Bills need to revamp that defense. And from what I understand, the Bills defense was originally built to try to beat Kansas City. Well, we don't spread the ball that much anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the league has shifted more so towards heavier personnel packages, and Buffalo's defense just not built for that. So they just getting beat up on.
Yeah. This is a tough one. And this is probably another pick'em game. I got the Eagles going to Buffalo and winning this game.
Okay.
Just off of sheer championship pedigree.
And I think they have more good players.
They have a better roster. Yeah.
Yeah, better roster. Yeah.
Bottom, they have a better roster. Now the Bills have the better quarterback.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Bills have a quarterback.
Yeah, and I think the running back thing is what because James Cook has been phenomenal this season. James Cook is having almost the kind of season that Saquon had last year. Not quite, but almost. And he's been really playing great. And he's gotten me to the fantasy championship round of one of my leagues. But yeah, I think I just don't trust the Bills. I don't trust the Bills defense to be able to stop whatever it is that gets drawn up in Philadelphia. Now, don't be surprised if the Bills pull this game off. That's why it's a pick 'em. But right now, I'm going with the Eagles. Next, this is another good game. This is 2 11-4 teams playing each other. The Bears travel to Santa Clara to play the 49ers. Brock Purdy's going to be Brock Purdy. He's going to do what he do. Caleb Williams is going to do what he does. The problem is when you look at that, those two things cancel each other out. The issue is going to be the defenses. And right now, Chicago has the better defense because every time the 49ers defense takes the field, I just ball my fist up and I just get scared because I'm like, they about to give them a big play or they either going to get walked up the field. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers threw for damn near 300 yards on them. And that's without moving anywhere in the pocket. So a Caleb Williams who's fleet-footed and really starting to come in his own might decimate this defense. Because I've been saying for the longest, something's got to what?
Give.
Something's going to eventually give. Robert Saleh has been trying to coach his tail off, but the cupboard is bare. There's not much to work with on the defensive side of the ball. You're down to almost your third Mike linebacker. You didn't call Eric Kendricks from off the couch to come play linebacker. You got two guys playing safety. Both of them are box guys. We don't have a true deep ball safety. We was out there with a backup corner last week, this past Monday. And, it's just you got some promising rookies along the defensive line, but there's no pass rush. Again, people are making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, spreading the peanut butter with toothpicks in the pocket.
With toothpicks.
That's how much time quarterbacks have in the pocket against this 49ers pass rush. You cannot do that against the Bears. So that being said, I got the Bears over the Niners. The Niners are already locked in. The Bears already locked in. At this point, it's about seeding. The lowest the Niners can go is 6 seed. Right now, they're the 5 seed. But I don't think they're going to win this game. I don't. I've been proven wrong. I didn't think they was going to beat the Colts, and they did. Brock Purdy lost his damn mind. But I really, really don't feel good about this Bears game because the Bears are for real. They are for real.
Yes, they are.
And so I got the Bears over the Niners. Last game, the Rams are going to beat the Falcons.
Yes.
I'm not going into detail about that. The Rams are going to beat the Falcons. The Falcons they're just, jeez. I don't know what to tell the Falcons. I don't know. The Rams are going to win the game. Now, again, I would absolutely love
if the Falcons beat the Rams.
Oh, my God.
The Dirty Birds.
It's still possible because the Rams have a penchant to lose to teams that are not as good as them, which makes them not that good, which flies in the face of everybody who thinks the Rams are the best team in the league, which I don't think the best team in the league is in the NFC this year. They're just a bunch of guys in the NFC. The top 7 teams in the NFC, they're just some guys, man. None of them are really like, yeah. No, all of them got deficiencies. The AFC looks way stronger this year. So I got the Rams over the Falcons, but stranger things have happened. Speaking of which, Stranger Things tomorrow night, those of y'all who like that show, fantastic. It's coming back on Christmas night. Y'all can watch Stranger Things instead of these first 3 games. But to recap, Cowboys over Commanders, Lions over Vikings, Broncos over Chiefs, Texans over Chargers, pick'em game. Packers over Ravens, Bucks over Fins, Patriots over Jets, Stone Cold Lock of the Week, Steelers over Browns, Jags over Colts, Saints over Titans, pick'em. I'm sorry, Steelers over Browns is a pick'em. Seahawks over Panthers, Bengals over Cards, Giants over Raiders, pick them because they both suck. Eagles over Bills, pick them. And Bears over Niners and Rams over Falcons. That's it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, enjoy your Christmas if you celebrate Christmas tomorrow. I know Hanukkah
Kwanzaa
has either come and gone or still going on. For those who celebrate Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa to you. Happy holidays.
I think they're cool. Hold on, let me see. Keep going.
We are live next Wednesday as well for New Year's Eve. So catch us also next Wednesday night, okay? We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, click on all so that way you know when we are live. Share, subscribe to anybody who you know loves football, okay?
I got it wrong. So Umoja is actually the day after Christmas, the 26th.
Who?
Umoja.
Okay.
Umoja, Kujagalia, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, and Imani. Those are the days of Kwanzaa. For those
Okay.
I always get my dates mixed up, but the day after Christmas is Umoja.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you can follow us on TikTok, IG, Twitter, and Facebook. All right. Y'all know what it is. Coach Williams, the Wildcat quarterback, NFL encyclopedia that runs this whole thing. Future Hall of Famer. Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. 'Tis the season, football season. And I got a gift for my man Pando.
You shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. Really.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, short of all ages. Peace out.
How bad John Lynch does.